Hello everybody, hopefully this is the same as my test shot. I think my tripod thing has moved a bit, but we'll see. Welcome back to Halloweek, and today I'm going to give you a little hint about what we're doing. Oh yeah, Harry Potter glasses. So let's do Hogwarts at Halloween. Okay, so Halloween is a big deal at Hogwarts because it's one of the few events of the year where they throw like a huge full-on feast, and obviously it's mentioned in Goblet of Fire that no one really wants to eat the feast, so they had a huge feast like the day before for the Tri-Wizard tournament. So it's like a big feast. And there's pumpkins floating and dancing skeletons, like a skeleton orchestra, isn't there, or something? So yeah, it's a big feast, but it's spookier than the Christmas one and the start and end of the year one. Though obviously it's quite a sad day for Mr. Potter, as it marks the anniversary of the death of his parents and the day that he got put in an abusive family for the majority of his life, thanks to Dumbledore. Good job. But yeah, and the first year is only made worse by the fact that he's had a whole day of classes. I think that's the day he had his charms class where they first did Wingardium Leviosa. And then there's a troll. And do you know what the troll is? In the dungeon. There's a troll in the dungeon. He doesn't go looking for trouble. Trouble usually finds him, right? And this is pretty much one of the first big instances of like, no, you did kind of go looking for trouble. It didn't find you as such. But I mean, it means sometimes you get killed by trolls, so I guess all round it was a good Halloween because it's kind of what cements the Golden Trio's friendship, so that's good. So in Harry's second year at Hogwarts, at Halloween, he gets invited to a Death Day party, yet another character that died on Halloween, and I think it's a bit rude to invite a kid whose parents died to a Death Day party on that day, but whatever. It's going to be Headless Nick. He's from around the Tube era, he wears a ruffle. He can get away with it. So yeah, and there's really like horrible rotten food because the ghosts can smell it because it's strong, and pretty much sucks. And then on the way back they find that Mrs. Norris has been petrified, so Halloween isn't going so great for Harry, is it? His first 2 years at Hogwarts, but probably still better than anyone he had back in Surrey with the Dursleys, where probably Dudley went out and got loads of candy so he could get fatter and fatter and fatter, and Harry just sat in his cupboard. Maybe one year he dressed up as a witch or a wizard or something, and I think that would be quite sweet, and then Uncle Vernon gets mad at him. That's just a headcanon. That would be great. Just imagine. But Harry like, I'll turn you into a frog, and the Dursleys are like, cool little exorcist. One of the clips was completely unusable, so I'm going to redo it. So if the hair and makeup are the same, it's a couple of days later. I'm so sorry. The next clip will probably be back from the normal one. I haven't actually checked it yet. I'm so sorry, but here we go. Into third year, and I'm so excited to talk about this one. Halloween 1993 is my favourite one. So it falls around the same time as the first Hogsmeade trip, which Harry can't go on because he never got his form signed because he kind of blew up that much. So Ron and Hermione go, and they promise to bring him back candy and stuff, but there's already going to be loads at the feast, so what's the point? And yeah, so unbeknownst to Harry, his Defence Against Dark Arts teacher was a really good friend of his parents and invites him in for a cup of tea without bringing up the date or what it represents. And it's like my favourite moment ever. It's just a sweet thing to do, and I love Remus Lupin. He's the best werewolf ever. So yeah, that's one of my favourite moments. It's really, really sweet. And also later that night, it's when Sirius Black breaks in to the castle and attacks the Fat Lady, I think. So yeah, so basically all of the marauders that were still alive were in the castle that night, which is kind of weird seeing it's the anniversary of James's death and stuff. But yeah, I thought that's a weird little thing. I'm pretty sure that was probably intentional. The Lupin tea thing definitely wasn't, probably Sirius being there as well on that date. That must have been hard for him to be back at the school where he met his friend on the anniversary of his death while trying to kill his other friend. But yeah, that's third year. I should get more excited than the other clip, I promise. But I'm just more chilled now, but I do just love how Lupin just invited him to tea, a little cup of tea, and didn't, you know, obviously he knew what the date was, but Lupin never was like, oh, I knew your parents, because I just guess that he thought that he didn't want to make Harry sad or anything. That's my favourite Halloween. The third year, despite being a bit more chilled out, still murderer who's trying to kill him to break into the castle. So again, Halloween's been going so good. And fourth year, it kind of doesn't get any better really. So this is the day of the Triwizard tournament and all the announcements of the champions. So obviously in the morning, Fred and George grow beards. And in the evening, Harry finds out he's a champion, and Dumbledore asks him calmly whether he put his name in the Goblet of Fire. And of course, he didn't put it in there. And in the film, he doesn't ask him calmly. So, I mean, finding out that you're in a competition which is meant for over 17-year-olds, where people have died, numerous people over the years. Yeah, Halloween still isn't going so good for Harry. But luckily for him, the next 2 years, nothing eventful really happened, so I guess he broke the curse of Halloween, I guess. Though there is one where when he is in his 40s, I think, 30s, 40s, where he is forced to go back in time to the Halloween of 1981 and made to watch his parents die, which I saw in a video somewhere that is the evidence for him being the cursed child, which I thought was because he had to be cursed. No, he couldn't change that event, which is quite clever. I might do a video on who I think the cursed child is if you'd like to see that like this or something. But yeah, that's Halloween, and I'm so sorry I had to re-record this. This is the second video of Halloweek. I hope you enjoyed it.